I have found this cheaper alternative to Trello plus Airtable plus Notion. If you want to talk about project management using a cheaper software alternative and potentially offer a lifetime deals, you do not want to miss out this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you stay until to the end of the video, you will see how I use this alternative software in order to replace my Trello plus Notion plus Airtable as well in keeping all the data in place and to help me to manage my project as well as a place to store all of my database in different views. So this is simple, just awesome. So while you are watching this right now, I actually got to know this software via Appsumo. It is called Blue. And this software currently, as I'm shooting this video, they are having a lifetime deal, which is $59 per month, not per month. It's only $59 one time. So you can check it out at my referral link right here. So not only that I purchased this software myself, but I've tested and use it to manage my project as well. And I want to show you guys how awesome it is with this lifetime deal where when you pay $59, you get to enjoy all these benefits: unlimited projects, unlimited boards. They call it as Kanban boards, and as well as you get 30 users for one companies. So this is purely just awesome. I've started using it. And let's check out if you are watching this video in the very far future. So you can also get this software at only $7 per user, which is also way cheaper than what is Trello charging and what is Airtable is charging. That's why I actually bought one license tier from the Appsumos right now, and I will show you guys how I am using it, and this is just all the different features. So if you're loving what I'm sharing so far, feel free to subscribe to my channel so that it will actually show this video to even more people, or just comment to me right below where you're coming from, which country you're coming from. Okay, so right now I am in this software that is called Blue. All right, my referral link in the description box down below. So this is what you are able to do. Okay, inside Blue, you can see your database in the Kanban board as well as in the database view. Later on, I'm just going to show you guys how I'm creating a database by importing my existing Excel files into it. So now I'm just clicking it. You'll be able to see it in the Kanban board view, just like very similar like Trello. You can have like to-do lists, and then you can create a list like this is pending. This is to complete, just like how you are creating any other listing. Okay, so this is very similar. Pending to do. Okay, I'm just going to rename it. Okay, this is very similar like what we are viewing in Trello, and that's how I used to it. So, but how are we going to create a project? So we are going to create a project under the folder where you're able to customize it. But before I do that, I'm just going to go through the overall features, which I think is pretty awesome, that's worth your consideration. So other than having store this in the database, Trello, you can do it for free, of course, but Trello, you can't actually have a free, for the free version, you can't see all of your data in a database view. So that is the reason why that I get this, because when I use Blue, the options that I have is that I can see it in the calendar view, I can see it in board view, I can see it in the list view as well as in the database view. So these are the different views that I can see in my current data, which is important to me. Okay, and then other than that, you also get all these different automation. Like the automation you can create is pretty flexible. Like when this happen, when a certain actions happen, someone is being assigned, someone is being unassigned, or when the particular project is being moved to another list, you can perform a very specific actions, and those are very customizable, including send emails, create checklists, remove tag, etc. So this is pretty awesome, because when in Trello, you need to pay for all these different automation that you can get it free in Blue. So other than that, it's pretty similar. Like for example, one thing extra that I love it is like they have this wiki. The wiki is like, imagine you are dealing with this current project with your team members, and perhaps this wiki is just like a manual of how to do things here, or something like very Notion based where you're able to input any any tutorials or any links, and you can link it up. You can also, just like Notion, you can use this command and to write these notes pretty easily. And this is something that I've never seen it in Trello. I have never seen it in Airtable. You have it, but then I don't really like the structure of Airtable. I prefer a very structured manner rather than I have to build myself. And you also get to attach your documents as well, create documents, as well as attaching the file right here. I'm about 2 weeks using, about 1 week plus using the Blue, and I'm loving it. And I actually translate 2 of my Airtable tables to this Blue as well. Initially, we were using Trello. After that, we translate to Airtable lookalike, and then right now I am using Blue to manage that project. So now let us just get started. Okay, mostly when you are getting started, you probably have an existing data that you want to work with. So I have created some demo data to show you guys. So now, in order to kickstart, you just need to click projects. Instead of calling it as board, they call it as project. And I'm going to click new project in Blue. So of course, they have some templates available. So now I'm just going to click a templates to show you guys what kind of templates they have. Like they have blog contents table, they have like account payable, goal tracking, meeting notes as well. I have personally not used it because I'm still like 1 week plus using it, right? So that's why I want to show you guys, like I want to create the projects from scratch, because what I did is that I actually download my data from Airtable or something similar to Airtable, and then I want to be able to import into Blue very, very easily. So now I'm just going to give this a name. I'm just going to call it as a June demo of Blue, okay? So you can pick a color that represents this project. So I'm just going to create a project, and you get the chance to invite your members. And right now in the Appsumo, there you can get it like 30 members, which is really awesome. So I'm just going to skip that. Okay, so now I'm actually in this board right now. You'll probably see it as empty, and right now I want you guys to kind of like import your data. If let's say you don't have the data to work with, you can start just using it just like Trello. And then of course, other than the board view, you can see your data in a database view. So right now I'm just going to import my data. So you go over to these settings in Blue, and then you click on import, and you can import CSV. So same as any other software, you can export everything very easily. So right now I'm just going to do the importing. So the import in Blue must be in CSV format. So that's the reason why right now I'm just going to pick a CSV files that I've created. All right. So I really like how whenever I upload, right, I can also adjust my columns accordingly. Okay, what do you mean by adjusting the column? Is that you can create custom field for directly when you're importing data. And this step is very important, because if let's say you are just going to direct import, you're not going to see this column appearing in your database view, which is something that you don't want it to happen. So that's why over here I'm just going to, this name is the name as like what I want to appear as like the list in the Trello board, the Kanban view. So I'm just going to maintain it as a title. Okay, this states I actually want to create a custom field out of it. So I'm just going to click this custom field in Blue, add more fields, and this is called state. And there are a lot of different options of the data in Blue that you can select. Like for example, in my case, I actually want to make it as a single select, but I give a lot of different selections of states in the Blue. So that's why you can actually pick single select. And of course, in some circumstances, you may have like, you want the person to be able to select multiple selections. That's where you're able to put like multiple selects in Blue. So you can even give like a star rating, like a formula, date, phone number as well, and URL. So right now I'm just going to put like a single select. Okay, and of course when you add in single select, that's where you want to add the different options. So if you already have the options, you can add it here, or otherwise you can actually have Blue later on, they self-create the options for you. So now I'm just going to put, Texas as one as example first, but then later on you want to add more options, this is where you can add. So Arizona. So this just an example to show you guys how I'm adding, but I'm just going to add 2, but later on I'm going to let my data to automatically add it for me from the Blue. Okay, so now I'm just going to cross that. After you have created that, I want you guys to actually click the state in these options. You make sure you want to select that. So to mean that this data belong to this state. Okay, after that you have the email field. I don't have it here, so I'm just going to create an email, add more field. and create email, and we are going to select an email. I believe they have some email. Yes, they have it, and click add. Remember, we are going to repeat the process, and we are going to select the email as well. So let me select that. So same thing, you can have the date. So right now, they have a due date. So if let's say that's a due date, it's good for you. But if let's say you have a custom date, like maybe this is like starting date, maybe this is like onboarding date. Okay, onboarding date, you can then select that and pick date, edit, and same thing, I'm just going to select it as my onboarding date. All right, and this is a phone number that will be last of our field. I'm just going to click add more field, phone number. Again, select the phone number options field and add it here. So now imagine that you have a lot of data. You want to make sure that you map them all in blue at this stage. It's going to take some time. It's not like about less than 5 minutes depending on how many fields that you have, and you are going to click import. So right now, blue is going to say that import complete, and you need to click reload to have the import being reflected. So I'm now going to click the reload. So now you are in this view. So you will probably see in Kanban view, but it may also make sense to you when you view it in the database. Hover over to the board in this blue and then go over to the database in blue. You will then see in a very Excel format with all the fields that I have imported just now. Okay, so but then right now, I know that you guys are custom made to Trello. I want to explain this list to you guys. Can you guys see that the list is called imported? And when you view it in board, that's why it's called imported. And of course, if let's say you want to add like, usually we'll add like to do, pending client, pending someone else, you'll add it here, pending complete. This is just an example, okay? And you can move this record around in the board, Kanban board view, and then these will then be automatically reflected in the database view as well. So this is just to show you guys like how easy it is for you to move around the records. Okay, it's pretty smooth. And now we are going to check back the database view. Okay, you can see like this is being moved around. So now of course you can change the different views of this. You can even like imagine that you have a lot of data already input inside. Not to worry, you can actually export it out. For how they export it is like they will actually send you an email copy when the export is being available to download. It will take about, I think, about 10 minutes or lesser than that. Okay, other than that, let us check other features. So as I mentioned, you can create automations here. You can add a tag here. You can have a due date here, and you can also filter accordingly, like what kind of filter that you want to build. Like depending on like you want to filter according to the state. I think California, you can actually directly see the view here. So we are going to refresh it. Yeah, you can see the views here. So it's a little bit like an Airtable over here, right? So you can see the database, but at the same time, when you hover over to the board, you see a very Kanban board view, just like Trello. And okay, one thing is also, I built some automation. I have not explored too much of automation here, but I want to show you guys what automation possibility they are. So when I click over the automations in the in this blue, right? So what I can do is that I can say like, if let's say someone is being assigned, you want to send a particular email, okay? You want to add tags, remove tag, or you want to send a particular email, and the email can be customized. So like for example, when you edit the email template, you can actually use this in order to I don't know what is it called. It's like a bracket, okay? That especially used in coding, and then you can tag it along, and whenever it appears to the email recipient, they will actually receive an email with the name as well. So you can also say like this email who you want to send it to, and then what with the subject title. You can also use this to take note of the name of the client as well. So you can even CC and BCC. This is something that I really love. And you can also view this in like a calendar and map view. Calendar view is important, especially when I want to know when is my client's onboarding, etc. And also the Wiki, as I mentioned, you can keep it as like a manual that you want to keep. Okay, this Wiki is the manual that you want to keep it. And also, if let's say you want to chat with your, teammates about a particular record. So this is how you're able to do. Because you may want to have something like you want to be able to chat with your teammate regarding this particular record. When I double click it, this is where you're able to see like Trello view. You can add description, you can add checklist, very similar like Trello. You can also add reminder. Okay, you can chat and tag your teammates about here. And of course, you can also invite only a specific teammates, and you can attach file, etc. And whenever you tag, I've done the testing, whenever you tag your teammates, they will actually receive an email just like Trello. Okay, one thing I want to highlight, things that I wish that they would improve, okay? Because this is what I needed in Trello. So when I click this reminder, if I were to pick a date and a time to reminder, they can pick the date and time as well. The reminder will be only my personal reminder. It's not like in Trello. In Trello, I get this whenever I add someone to the cart, and when I set the reminder, everyone who is watching the cart in Trello will get the same reminder via email notification. However, this is not the case in Blue. I hope that Blue make an improvement on that, is that whenever I click this reminder will be only to my personal account. And when the reminder is due, it will only send a reminder to me personally. It's not including my teammate as well. But everything else is very, very similar like Trello. All these are, you can even generate an AI summary from this context. This is something that Trello doesn't have, but I have never tested it, so I do not know how well it is. So you can copy the URL for this particular cart that we named is in Trello. So in Trello, it named carts, but in the Blue, it is named as record. Okay, so that's why it's called as all records. And yeah, basically you can also view things in timeline view. It is relevant for project management, but how I am using it is only relevant to me in terms of database as well as in terms of board, which is sufficient for me, and the automation is good and the filtering is good. And not to forget that they have this tag. I have not used this tag, but I believe that they have a similar function, just like in Trello we have this tag as like label. Okay, I feel like this is like a label in Trello, so which is you can type it out and then you can later on arrange this tag. So I have never used this as of now, but I feel like that is the similar kind of functions. And you have Wiki, you have files, you have form as well. I think that this form is very similar to Airtable. Okay, so I'm 1 week plus using Blue. I'm absolutely loving this. I buy this and I feel like, oh my god, this is such a good tool that I should recommend to you guys. It's not because I have an affiliate to Appsumo, but because I have used it, I absolutely love it. I feel like if let's say you're using Trello for free and you want to have some automation, it is good to have. But as I said, there is some limitation as you want to have some time to kind of like feel the differences in terms of UI and UX. If you're accustomed to Trello, you're accustomed to the Kanban board view, but you need some time to adjust to the database view, which I already adjusted. But one thing that I mentioned to you guys, I wish that they could improve on the reminder. But if let's say you are absolutely loving this, you know what, just get it on Appsumo right now. Whenever you're watching this right now, you can check out my link down below. So you get like 30 users for $59 one time, and all these are unlimited, which is just awesome. Yeah, so that's all about it. And I hope that if let's say you're still watching this video, please leave me a comment down below how well you like this video, because you are going to motivate me to do even more video as such, and YouTube is going to suggest this video to even more people. And also not to forget that I also love software just like you, and you would want to check out how I use ChatGPT to improve my productivity and efficiency. I have a free course on ChatGPT. You can go to JuneLow.net/ChatGPT. And also if let's say you are aspiring content creator, you want to create contents very easily, I have prepared a free 30-day live video ideas for you. You can check it out at the top right here, link.junelow.co/free30, where I give you 30-day content ideas so that you can do the live so easily. So with that, I'm just going to see you guys in the next video. See ya! Bye!